Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 charisma.
Low quality.
Some of us don't get to interact with actual other humans in their week. This is our equivalent. I'm tired of talking to these people. I'm related to some of these people. I just want to play.
That's right. And now it is time to play. Welcome back to another episode of Roleplay 8 Charisma. Not my best segue ever, but here we go. First of all, as is our want, because people are tuning in all the time. They may not know what the heck's going on here. They may be expecting a game review. You're not getting one. Instead, you're going to get Dungeons and Dragons. And to sum up, so you can know what's happening right now, we're going to go to the player who took the most damage last time, which was who, Seppi?
I think nobody took damage last
turn. It will do the player who did the most damage last time, which would be you, Seppi.
Is that what we're going to do? That's exciting.
I just picked a new thing. Sure.
No, yeah. All right. I'll write that in the ledger of ever-changing rules.
The second. Yeah, sure. Why not?
For the record, I'm on a quest to not use any combat spells in combat. What happened last session wasn't combat. It was just an extermination.
That's probably fair.
Okay. We split the party. Oh, okay. So here we go. I'm looking through my notes, and it was a debate on whether or not we should play with horses or secure the area. And so since we couldn't really decide, we decided to do the classic split the party. And that was none too good, considering some of us were closer to death than others of us. Some of us even still have fatigue from going outside once. Oh, so tired, so cold. And we discovered that skill checks cover pretty much everything Russ ever asked us to do if we're not shooting at people. And so finally, Euphemia has gotten onto the rest train. And we're all really convinced about this, but we were going to, we need to scout the area to make sure that we are not in trouble. And we discovered that wolf pelts are the new well. If you mention wells, Ulrich will have to go and do that. Now, if you mention wolf pelts, Ulrich will desperately need wolf pelts. And somebody mentioned that at one time we killed some wolves and it's cold outside. And so we went on this internal quest through near death, which ended in me me is a very strong word. One of me's trying to communicate to our potential adversary in magical glitter, and that failed spectacularly. They revealed who they were. They unfortunately said they were enemy combatants working for the Black Spider, and then I blacked out. I don't really know what happened, but Ulrich seemed really happy about it.
All right, there you go. Excellent summary there. Pyric, take a point of inspiration.
Now, I'm going to say one thing, which I put it in group chat, but I think it's very important to mention, is last session was actually a fight like in Filene's basement of winter clothes.
Oh, the classic Filene's basement.
Yeah,
people don't know that anymore. Like, you talk about Filene's basement, and they're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, never mind.
That's right. Just a bit of context. So for those who haven't listened even longer than last episode, we are in a cave system that is now the outside of the cave system is bitter cold. And so the party has been trying to figure out ways to leave the cave but still stay warm, thus the quest for wolf pelts. And Pyrex's fireball did manage to take care of a few Deurgar who actually had warm clothes, so some problems may have been solved. The party is now regrouped near the horses and the wagon carrying this special sort of weird-looking metallic sort of ingots in the back, and you were just about to contemplate a long rest. And every time I say this, one of you decides that it is not yet time for a long rest, and something else happens. Is it time for a long rest, or is something else about to happen?
Wait, before we have the long rest, I must say that Pyrrhic's Fireball did keep the three of us warm. Thanks for the close, Pyrrhic.
They did.
Oh yeah.
By the way, who took the wintry clothes?
Myself, Pyrrhic, and Euphemia, I think.
All right. Okay.
Euphemia looks like she's dressed like Dopey with the extra long outfit. Pyrrhic looks like he's dressed in lederhosen, and Ulrich looks just fine. So we have the three bears in winter clothing.
Three bears.
Since John's doing a ritual, I was really hoping that Euphemia would spend the next 2 hours darning her wolf pelts. Seppi and I are going to role play the whole thing.
There's some.
You don't have 2 hours.
All right. For the record, and this is a Russ question, so I will do it in my talking to Russ voice.
Sure.
We are segmenting from the Lost Mines of Phandalin adventure on that is the free module from 5th Ed, right?
Yes.
And this is the last segment of that, and now we're moving to something that's Icewind Dale. Is that correct?
I don't know. I mean, we were playing the Lost Mines of Phandalin, and you have reached the end of that module. And so now something else is coming, and it is cold outside, so you can draw whatever conclusions you like from that.
All right. So no, but this is good.
And also Karlek did say, looking out did observe, and I think the party asked him about it, but he didn't go in any detail, that some of the mountain ranges outside the front door, when you briefly went out there to deal with the Black Spider, did in fact look like his home in Icewind Dale near 10 Towns.
We acquired a map too, right?
Yeah.
And you do have a map also, yes.
That was unfortunate thing for Karlek was he looked at the map, but then did not recognize it as Icewind Dale. So when he was outside, the mountains far off, he's like, "Oh, I'm at my homeland." We randomly find a map. I'm like, "Boy, I've never seen that place before."
Well, you kind of know Icewind Dale like the back of your hoof, so you never had a need for a map. You don't really know what it looks like.
Exactly. Yeah, there's not much paper. It freezes in Icewind Dale.
You don't want to be
touch it cracks, falls apart. Yes.
Seeing Carlos going to be moving soon. Can we try and get the bedding from the Sleeping Dwarf made up into warm weather clothes for Karlek while we're resting here?
Sure. If someone wants to try to make a survival check to make decent clothing out of bedding, go for it.
That would not be me.
I'm good. I would like to volunteer someone else.
I will do it. I mean, I will happily do it, but then Carl's going to look like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for the rest of the campaign.
Is that what a bugbear looks like? Because that's what I think. All right. So
to Ulrich and says, while she's darning and hemming her wolf pelts, she says, "Bring that over here. I think I can fashion something for Ulrich."
I will.
Where did you get wolf pelts?
Ulrich gave them to me.
I had beaver pelts.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought the wolf was a bust.
They were. It's all my life's value in these beaver pelts, like 10 gold each, I think, or something like that.
All right, so Euphemia actually rolls an 18 on her survival check, so that's quite a good roll. So yes, Euphemia, with some of the bedding around and some of the extra beaver pelts, you are able to make a very passable Minotaur-sized cold weather gear.
Yeah, what I do is it's not just a cape, just for anybody at home that ties in the front. No. It has armholes. It's basically like a modified poncho. So it does have armholes underneath. It's not just tied. And I made him one of those deep Jedi-like hoods as well.
It has like horns. Little, but you didn't have enough fur, so the rim around the hood, instead of being fur, is beaver tails.
Yes.
I'm going to inscribe what I say are battle ruins on the back to protect Karlek. Karlek, what you don't speak Draconic, right?
Do not.
Okay.
I want someone to draw this cloak now. I feel like I need to see a picture of Karlek in this coat with his little candles on his horns.
Yeah, they're
like all bundled up.
That says "Kick me" in Draconic.
Incorrect. It says "Hug me, bugbear, hug me."
Ulrich, we really should take this.
Well, it looks very bardic.
It does. It looks fantastic. But hug me, bugbear, hug me.
Little Euphemia, what was it you were saying? I couldn't hear you over the laughter.
I do think we should take this time to rest. I was watching Karlik when he was tending the horses, and I saw him waver a couple times, and I think he's using illusionary mistletoe. I hope it doesn't mess up Frolrick's casting, but he looks like he's about to pass out.
I agree.
Maybe we should make some mole rat stew. I think I saw some of those around, and I can whip some of that up. And maybe I saw some ginger root, and I can make us a stew, a nice hearty stew while we rest.
You know me in hunting. I'll bring back anything you need.
Ginger root and mole rat.
I don't know what those are, so I'm going to find anything that was in this room, Russ, over here. Anything that was in here that looks like it's edible, and bring it back. Say, here you go.
There was some rations in there, yeah. I don't know how passable a mole rat stew, but make another survival check there, Euphemia. You can see how good your stew is. All right, so are we doing a long rest now? Euphemia rolls an 8 on her stew. It's not her best work. In fact, you kind of need a 10 for a basic success. So it's really not the best stew. Maybe some of those supplies were a little off.
It's a little bitter.
Yeah,
it's bitter.
A little bitter. I'm sure it's fine.
I feel like the universe is really trying to edge us towards a long rest for its own nefarious purposes. I think we shouldn't rest ever again. No more resting. Plenty of time to rest when we get to.
Can we take a long rest and reset our characters, Russ?
What's that?
Can we take a long rest and reset our characters?
Are we all long resting? I'm asking you. I don't tell you what you do. I just ask you what you do. Are you all long resting?
Can I role play while we long rest?
No. Okay, we're long resting. All right, here we go. So we take a long rest. Everybody, what's your I got your normal order here. Your long rest 8 hours passes without event. So Thalric's ritual finishes, and everybody gets a full long rest in, so you recover all your stuff. And Euphemia, you've finally overcome the cold, and you are now back to no longer exhausted.
Game Master, I'm using my Dr. Russ voice, Game Master.
Yes.
Do I expend a hit die to go my hit points? I have 35 max, but I'm at 30.
Now, at a long rest, you get all your hit points back for free.
Okay.
And you also recover. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, John.
Russ, do I get to long rest? Because I'm still casting at a chunk of that.
You'll have to. How much time do you have left on your casting? It's been 2 hours.
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it's 2 hours.
I was so busy casting, I have no idea.
You needed 6, right?
It felt like 20 hours. I needed 8. Well, you ate down to 6 because of some reason.
Yeah, we accelerated it because it was a Venice thing, so it was 6. There's about 2 in there goofing around, so you had about 4 left. So you're 4 hours short of a long rest. So if everybody's willing to wait for you, you could rest for the second half of their long rest.
We've got so much dungeon to explore while he's doing this.
I will agree to this additional long rest if I get to role play the parts of the rest that I think are important for the story, Ross.
We're definitely going off to the dungeon then.
Hey, Seppi/Pirate, can you wait till I finish my ritual to start role playing?
Yes.
Because I'd like to talk in this session.
Yeah, I would love that. I think John
another
has
reason for us to go off now.
I think he's a valuable opinion that we should.
If nothing else, I get to throw insults at Ulrich, so that's good.
Kalik makes an inspiring speech about the other excellent meals that Euphemia has made, just to let everybody remember about everything.
Speaking of role playing, when I finish, temp
HP, 8 temp HP to everybody.
I was going to say.
Okay, cool. What's the spirit name of this horse once it's awakened?
Ooh, let's get a good one.
Persephone, that's my horse.
I've only given you 13 sessions to figure this out.
John, I will let you pick it.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that when I asked you to come up with one 13 sessions ago?
My name is Horse.
Go for it.
I'll let you think on
Feel free to rip. John, feel free to research it.
Go ahead, Pirate. Start whatever you were going to start.
All righty. As we are circled around the bitter stew of Euphemia, Pyric tries to gather everyone together for a discussion about what has happened to us and what we will be doing next. Trying awkwardly because my charisma is so low. I start by moving Euphemia over physically, just dragging her over. And then, as I am often to do when we have quiet moments, I help Ulrich with his beard and hair. And while we're doing this, because this is the only way I can get him to sit down, I ask quietly, so our original purpose was to find this mine, and now is our new purpose to protect this ore? We are embroiled in this war with the Black Spider, and we have chosen to protect the legacy of the Rock Seekers. If that is our calling, I just need to know what we are committing ourselves to.
Aye, so this mine, it's part of the Rockseeker Frostbeard clan. Although its power is diminished, I believe the biggest essence we have is that over there, the ore, and I gesture to the ore. And although I do not believe the needle is sharpened on both sides, Pyrrhic, I believe you speak truth most of the time, and you are wise in what you say, more knowledgeable than myself, but nowhere near as charismatic. I will tell you that we have yet to finish exploring this in case there is anything else here, but I know that you are wise in the way of the arcane. Is there anything that you have deigned from this? See how I use deign in that word. To find if there's anything else we should look at while we're here in this, before we leave Phandalin, and find out what is outside in this cold area. And maybe, just maybe if we're lucky, we can find 2 more Frostbeards, and that will allow us to go back to Phandalin.
Oh, my arms are now wrapped around the back of Ulrich because I'm sitting behind him when I normally do this. And I poach my chin on top of his head. I'm like, well, there's certainly things of historical and magical power left here. The question is, and I look at Thrall, how dangerous is it us to stay? Like Day and Ulrich, I am very concerned that we are exposing ourselves to magical damages that will be permanent. It is not normal in any sense that people should decorporalize at random moments.
It was just the bull.
Well, Cowlick is capable of a lot of things, but I don't think it was an illusion. And I see him like practically passed out after snorting his stew. How does Cowlick respond to us?
Yes, Cowlick, did you do that on purpose? Did you port yourself to that menu or that meadow where you saw the Black Spider and all the exciting things you saw? Tell me about it.
I've had many grand travels across these lands, and I've done many mysterious things, but I've never before traveled through space and time. And
I see your power grows.
At first, it was like I was inside of one of Euphemia's soups. It was like I was bitty like that, inside of a field of soup like this. And it was like the stars were but carrots, and the asteroid belts were like noodles. And then after that, I came into the different happenings of your clan, and the things that happened here were quite terrible, Ulrich. But we already know this. And I think it's
noodles,
going to get worse.
Euphemia, the soup is not your best.
Oh, and that too, yes.
Take a point of inspiration for that description.
Didn't Euphemia blip out for a second before?
We all did.
Well, I didn't.
I did not.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about again?
This place has no...
at least once.
I did not.
All of my parts came back with me, too, in case anybody's...
Unless I did so in my sleep. I did not...
Ulrich did not, that I did.
You did not also.
I'm pretty sure I did.
When Ulrich is harsh about Euphemia's soup, I thump him on the head a little bit. I'm like, be kind. She's having a hard day.
Just the noodles. Sorry, Pyrrhic.
So anyway, Pyrrhic, do you think whatever this phenomenon that has happened to Karlik and to other people that we won't name at this point because we can't decide on it, do you think that is only contained within these mines?
No, I think this is permanent. They have defiled the mechanism of this place, the sacred nature of this place, which uses transportation through either space or space and time.
So do you think when we leave, this will continue to happen?
Oh, I'm almost certain
Here or to us when we leave?
That's what I'm asking, to us.
Yeah, I am most certain that this phenomenon will not end with us leaving this.
And
place.
you think if we remain here, it will happen at a greater rate?
It could. There are more detrimental things. Like the dwarves know that if you handle certain like metals and materials too long and unprotected, it will drive you mad.
I agree. It does take more than a day for a river to freeze more than 1 meter deep, Pierre. You are correct.
So
yeah, I smile and I hug him again a little bit.
I can't speak for everybody else, and I won't speak for Ulrich, mostly because I don't know what he's talking about most of the time anyway. But as the Zakai asked, I was, I guess, gifted is a strong word, but I was sent to work with the Frostbeards to make sure that this metal and the mine didn't fall into more nefarious hands than our own. But do you think so? I would not leave this metal here or unattended. I don't know what the end game for this metal will be, but I would not leave it here. But what do you think of the forge that remains? You said something about its power waning.
Yes. So this place is certainly, back to Dane Ulrich's question, this place is still filled with wonder and has been corrupted. But the last time we left a place unattended, there were a lot of moral complications and questions I would prefer to avoid. The cave-in was an experiment, a moral experiment that failed.
Equus. Equus is the name of the horse. Equus.
Take a point of inspiration for that excellent horse name. I was going to go with Bill. So
he's it's draconic for horse. So he's now well, that's draconic's Latin in my mind. So he's now smarter than half our party, and he speaks common.
Excellent.
So I asked him, I say, how far is it to 10 towns from here, or the nearest settlement?
The horse says, I'm not originally from this area. I've only been out in the cold a little bit, and then you brought me back in.
Well, the tracks seem to intimate that you came in from here and did not start here. So where were you originally?
Oh, well, yes, you see, we were brought in here from the warmer areas down near, I guess, thinking back on what some of the folks said, near Fandolin, actually. And they spoke of these 10 towns nearby, but I never went into the 10 towns, so I don't know how far it is to the nearest settlement.
I always imagined you would have an English accent.
Well, I would have had an English accent, but then you chose this Latin name, and I can't do a Latin accent.
More Cockney, I believe, is what he's looking for. More Cockney.
Please refer to Thrall as Wilbur when you are the horse.
Wilbur.
From now on.
Wilbur.
That'll do, Equus. That'll do.
The town, Wilbur.
That'll do, Equus.
All right. So you know nothing of this area.
This kind of dialogue might keep you from talking to me too often.
So you know nothing of this area.
Just the time we went to the camp and back.
What can you tell us of the of the?
I'm sorry.
Well, what camp was this you speak of? My brother glazed over that.
Well, every time we went to the camp, they seemed to have a map.
And how far away was this camp?
A couple hours, maybe half a day.
And this map was near Fandolin. I mean, this camp. The camp was near Fandolin.
No, the camp is outside of this cave. So
you've been to the camp a few hours away?
Yes, but not to the towns, not to the center.
So who hangs out at this camp normally?
I used to call them in my horse self was the short folk. No insult intended. I understand now that you've awakened me.
There's nothing insulting about being short. So continue to call me short folk. I have no problem with it.
The sort of the grayer short folk. Like yeah, there's several of them there. And this seemed to be the place that they were planning. They were relaying some. We'd take a load, we'd come back.
You could give us that. No, wait a second, Thrall and horse conversation. They've taken ore from this mine before.
He hits his hood twice. He's like, I'm sorry. Old habits. Yes. Yes. 2 for yes.
All right. So this is not the only shipment of this ore.
No.
How many of these shipments?
I never really had a horse accent before. I'm working on it. I apologize to everyone out there.
Well, once again, I gave you 13 weeks to work on it, so that's really on you.
Okay.
How many, Mr. Horse? Did you tell everybody Mr. Horse's name?
Yeah, Equus. Equus is his name.
Okay, Equus.
Equus.
He'll be. He's now.
Equus is his name. O.
Right. That's his last name is O.
Equus O.
Equus O. I'm adding that. Equus
I think he's going to be a breakfast cereal soon.
Equus O.
Yes.
If I get another 8 hours, I'll awaken his friend over there. But that's a long time coming.
Equus.
He's not not as fun to be around as you think.
Equus. How many of these trips have you made with the ore?
It's hard to remember. I wasn't really good at counting prior to my awakening, so I feel like
horses are great at counting.
I feel like more than 2.
Dane Ulrich, how do you feel about this?
So, do you feel you could lead us back to this camp if we left here? Would you know the way?
Well, they always used a map and kind of pulled the reins. Maybe, but they always kept the maps on themselves. So
I believe Karlik, you have the map, correct? Or Pyrrhic, who has the map?
Perhaps there's a marking on the map that we blew over. Russell, Thrall walks over to the end of this wagon. It's 3x7, so there's 21 in a layer. How many layers are there?
3 layers.
So we've got 63 here. So who knows how many are out there?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you believe, Pyrrhic, if we brought this ore back here, it would make the forge stronger?
If we want to re-sanctify this place, that is a massive undertaking. I am not unopposed to this idea. I have an elfin lifetime to work for this kind of stuff, but I'm a little concerned that our dragonkin, who the universe talks to, has been very quiet during this conversation, and I feel as though our last time in a cave has made me realize that we are only as strong as our bond together. So I would ask now, on this bitter stew, do we recommit ourselves to this new purpose?
Are we talking about Euphemia's stew again?
I thought we were supposed to be kind about that stew.
Yeah, I thump him again on the other side when he interjects.
Twinsies.
Because if we are going to take on such a terrible task, we must do so together. This is the war that has been set before me by the divine, and I feel like us reclaiming the ore to rebuild this place. Ulrich, maybe that is your task.
Those that go on adventures don't always come back the same. I agree. We'll make this decision, although this is my birthright. This is a Frostbeard cave. It is our place now, and we will make this decision together. The 2 questions we must ask ourselves is, do we wish to continue cleansing this place, or do we wish to trek forth with the ore we have and see if we can bring it back? But I agree, at some point, if we can reseed the power of this forge back to where it was, that would be a noble cause indeed. And although you live long, friend elf, I do not live much less than you do.
And I could quite possibly outlive you all. But that is not relevant. What is relevant is, where did you get those dwarven fursuits?
We killed things. When I say we, I mean Pyrrhic. Just flying them right up. Just boom, big fireballs. Kill them all.
Did they come off of dwarfs you found deceased of our own clan, or your clan, I should say?
Oh, these are Deurgar, the fallen.
So the Deurgar
dwarves, the ones that we like to kill, the ones who do not worship Moradin.
So the fallen dwarfs, they found their way into the cave.
Aye, they came from the way we had originally come, and they had come to the door here, and they've been looking for a way in. So I fear they will continually come back. But if this place. I once heard of one of the old dwarven stories Dane talked about was a TARDIS. It would go from place to time and time, and I feel that this room over here might allow us to do such. Call me Doctor.
I have two things to bring to our attention. Number one, is there a way, seeing how fearsome the Stone Guardians are, we can convince them to protect more than that room and to take this place as their domain and allow us to come and go?
And one of them is friendly to me, but one, however, is not. Maybe we can send to my brother. He may be more friendly to my brother.
They're made out of stone?
Well, I do not know what does his spare time, but it's possible that one is friendly to myself and the other is friendly to another dwarf. The only way to know is for him to open the door and step inside.
Still against opening the door.
The door is dangerous.
But there's a dwarf inside there, and he needs rescuing. I think he's dead.
We dismissed the other two guardians of this place, the self-replicating abominations of, I say abominations very sarcastically, about the undead, and then we let that other celestial one-eyed monster go and do whatever he wanted, and that's always dangerous. And so now we basically have the Stone Guardians left. I would like, if one is friendly to you, I would like to enlist them to protect this place. They seemed fearsome.
Yeah, I do not know how to just extract the friendly one from the non-friendly one, though. Do you have any ideas on how to do such?
By the outpost is on the map. So we know where the sunblights are. They're right here.
Oh,
they're right on the map. They won't let me ping it.
Yeah, that. So when I originally shared it with you guys, I realized I shared it as an actual Roll20 map screen, which is great for drawing on and stuff, but you guys can't pop and look at it whenever you want, which I forgot. So I also made it a handout. So now you can pop in and look at that one all the time. I believe Karlik is currently carrying this. And this is the map. When you found it, Karlik did mention that this is the kind of the map that, or I mentioned to Karlik, this is the kind of map that is sold in some of the towns in the 10s. But there was these two hand-drawn things. One dot which is marked Wave Echo Cave, and then this little circle drawn on the thing as well, with a little hand-inked outpost there also.
And everyone notices. If we find more of these dark dwarves, we can get you an outfit just like mine.
Calic's looking at it upside down when he shows it to all you guys and says the writing is completely indecipherable. it's somehow coded.
I look at the same direction.
Carla, hand that over to Equus. He can read it.
Equus says, yes, that's where we went.
Calic's mind is blown.
At the very least, I would like to go to the barracks room and see if they have a lance that I could use while I'm riding Persephone, my pony reborn.
If there might be stuff. The question is it more dangerous for us to linger? Or is it more dangerous for us to let whoever who is going to find this kids, because we know they're looking, have what's left what we're leaving behind? And someone should make that decision. That's not me.
So the question is, first, do we want to explore more of this, or do we wish to leave? Let's take a vote of hands, and then I'll make the decision on who wins.
Leave.
1, stay. None. Very well, we will stay.
Femia, as she was listening to all this and cooking the stew, she asks Ulrich, if we leave, do we need to take the ore with us, or can't we just figure out where it needs to go, leave it here? I like the idea of the Guardians being elicited to protect this place. I don't know if it can be done without opening a door or not. And that way the ore is somewhat protected, Ulrich, or are you thinking we need to take the ore with us? Because won't we then spend our time just guarding this ore?
That's a great question, Euphemia. I feel if we leave, the ore comes with us. Although I would like to reseed it into the mine. I do not know any safe place to place it here, and that's exploring this may give us a better idea. If we could leave with the Guardians, I'd feel safe enough leaving it there, but the Guardians, unfortunately, feel that they may attack us as well.
As the old draconic song once said, did you have to let it linger? Did you have to let it linger? Did you have to let it linger? I say, if we're gonna linger at all, linger long enough to open the door, slam the gosh darn ingots into the door with the guardians, and let's get out of here.
So the conic songs where you stutter are very popular in your land, are they?
Repetition is not stuttering, but I totally understand what you're saying.
So can we at least, before we leave, can we at least look in the armory and see if I can find a lance or any other weapons that might be helpful, well mounted?
I find
like
some cranberries in my stew suddenly, and I am very surprised by that.
Take a point of inspiration.
I lean up against Equus and I say, "How's it feel to be one of the smartest creatures in the room?"
Honestly, I kind of suspected it a while ago, but now it feels good.
It's tiresome. It's always going to be tiresome. Oh, all right. To be clear, Dane Elric, you can't, as you know, you can't unmine ore. We would have to create a new something to reestablish this place in its sort of role that it's having. It might be better instead to send this place someplace other permanently, because I worry that this could be the center of an ecological magical disaster of epic proportion. If you look back to where we had just came from and the glade, you realize these things can have long-lasting effects on the region.
I agree.
There's a knocking at the door, and it's turning into a pounding.
At what?
There's a pounding at the door, right behind front of Karlik.
I fear we've lingered too long.
You have to let it linger. All right. Hi,
Russ, I'm gonna start backing up Equus and his buddy.
Is this someone's gently tapping upon my chamber door?
It doesn't sound like, so it's not the sound of like trying to bash the doors in that you heard earlier. And you hear a dwarvish accented voice speaking in a language that no one recognizes, but it's got some hints of dwarvish in it. Sort of growl some words out at you, but none of you really understand them. So, Pirate, make a history check if you like.
I would love to fail miserably.
Russ, I yell back, "Speaking a tongue we all understand." And I say that in common.
He says that in Draconic.
I don't speak Draconic.
Oh, okay.
13.
13's good.
Yeah, you hint, you think you hear the word open.
Russ,
and you think you also might hear something that translates lucid to open, probably in some kind of weird dwarvish dialect.
One thing, Russ, we glazed over. Craig had breastplate and I had a mace, and during a long rest, we wanted to see what those were.
Oh, yes.
We did want to do that.
Also, Russ, did we pass dawn again?
You did pass dawn again. It is early morning now.
All right.
Okay.
So I got to roll.
Are we saying
we get charges now?
Are we saying my over stew conversation has now become over breakfast conversation, or
it was 8 hours? There was an 8 hour rest. There was an 8 hour rest.
It was really good for any meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see here real quick on the.
I'm gonna roll for my charges. That's not good.
At least you can pass without trace easily.
Okay, so
Ulrich,
it doesn't use any charges.
Ulrich, you learn that the mace
is mace of disruption +3.
Mace has a name, and the name is Lightbringer. It's a +1 mace, and you have visions of a while you're sort of resting with this mace in your hands and you're trying to commune with it. You have visions of the god Lathander, the god of the dawn. And actually, as dawn comes, it sort of feels warmer to you. The head of the mace is shaped like a sunburst and made of solid brass.
Mm-hmm.
The weapon glows as bright as a torch when you command it to.
Yeah.
And while glowing,
action
the mace
or
will,
bonus action, or is that?
It's just you just can will it to happen.
Okay.
And while glowing, the mace deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage to undead creatures. Only undead creatures, though.
1d6. Oh, to just undead.
It's good against undead.
1d6 radiant. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a +1 mason all other ways. And you can make
26 radiant is undead doesn't suck.
No.
Joe, if we ever get attacked by wooden undead creatures, you're going to just dominate.
And then Craig.
Undead dryads.
Shadeen,
There you go.
Shadeen, your breastplate also has a name. It was a uniquely crafted item. It is known as Dragon Guard. It is a +1 breastplate with a gold dragon motif worked into its design. You don't know the history of it because it's not really importing that to you, but it grants you advantage on saving throws against breath weapons of creatures that have the type dragon.
Wow, that's rocks.
So any dragons, you have advantage against
It's
the breath
fate.
weapons.
I
And
was
it's a +1.
fated to find this armor.
You were. So not bad gets there.
Huzzah!
I am a little concerned that the universe has conspired for us to not commit ourselves to any purpose, but to random reactions of dwarfs with various accents.
Possible. So when Thralric says, speak a language we understand, Thralric, what language do you speak that in?
I said it in common.
A common.
Well, I said it has to be a language we all understand. That's why I said it in common, because Equus needs to understand it.
It comes back in, you hear in Dwarvish now. So everyone who speaks Dwarvish can understand this. The only other language worth speaking, soul shackled, is that of the dwarves. Open now in the name of the Sunblight.
Okay, so we've made it clear that the Sunblight and the Black Spider are of common purpose, right?
Yeah, I know that the black spider called.
They work. Yeah, the Sunblights were working with the Black Spider.
Okay.
Yep.
You see all this, let's be friends, happiness just drain away from Pyric suddenly, and you see his hair start to stand up on end, and you feel a fiery presence around him.
Hey, this is what I was built for. I'm gonna go up. The door's got a bar on it.
We had this conversation. There's no
it's
bar.
roped. It's roped.
It is roped. It is roped.
I'm gonna start undoing the rope unless somebody says otherwise.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry.
I'm coming for you, Dark Dwarf.
Sure.
Remember, I warned you about the Frostbeards. We own this cabin, and I warned you death would be at its door if you came back.
I'm going to help Equus and Brown Sugar move backwards.
Brown Sugar. Right.
I like brown sugar. I like brown sugar. I'm kind of sad I didn't name Equus brown sugar. Yeah, I was trying to get him to go back as well earlier.
I moved them back on the map a little bit. And so, unfortunately, this built little walkway plank situation doesn't really go back very far. And so you can't push them back much farther than where they are, but you got them back that far at least.
Moody is gone at this time, so please remove Moody.
Oh, thank you.
It's very sad. The hair standing at the end, the heat around me is not only my insanity, but me casting mage armor, just so you know, Russ.
Okay,
so that icon can stay.
All right, excellent.
I will bring out what's the name of the mace now? Lightbringer. Lightbringer? Light. Except light.
I like the sound.
But I'm going to undo the door. I have my shield. Lightbringer's lit up, but I open the door with my free hand and then put my hand on my mace because I'm dance.
All right, so you start undoing the rope. Again, there's a knock on the door while you're undoing the rope. And again in Dwarvish, open in the name of the Sunblight.
I'm opening for you.
Where is the Black Spider?
I told you we killed him, and now you will deal with us. Now
It's actually she, but
whatever. I didn't check under the panties. All right.
You rarely do.
My hair's nicely braided now. I'm ready to deal with this. I get advantage of my charisma saving throws. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna open the door, Russ, as soon as it's ready to go.
So the door, you open the door, you hear some more muttering in that language you can't understand. And it sounds like
clothes. I hope you're wearing some.
It sounds like the crunching of snow, like someone stepping back from the door.
I feel like my warm weather outfit just arrived.
Me too.
To make room. And it's been getting sort of subtly colder in the cave over time because there's no real heat source in here. So the longer this cave sits in this part of the world, the colder it's been getting. However, what you do notice is that the snow's blowing in, and as you look out onto the snowy plains that you saw before, back when you chased the black spider down, there is a small troop of these gray-skinned dwarves just staring at you. Several of them have backed up slightly. So there are two heavily bearded ones. Well, they're all heavily. Well, not the two of them don't have any beards at all, and just have sort of mohawk situations going on.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. And then the two in the front, I'll show you some pictures here in a minute. So two in the back have, they all have sort of these gray blue eyes, that really gray skin, shock white hair. The two sort of flanking the two forts. So there's two in the front, right near the entrance, about maybe 20 feet back from the entrance. They've backed up as you open the door to kind of make room. It looks like they're getting ready to parlay. They back up. They have longer beard. They're bald. They have hammers, very large hammers for their size, just sort of resting on their shoulders there. They're wearing like studded leather, or studded mail. And then behind them are these two guys with the mohawks and their big two-handed swords, which are sort of funky looking in the hands of dwarves. And then behind him is another Deurgar who's got a smaller hammer. He's in the back and he's lighter armored than the ones that are close to you. And then in the very back, there's this guy with this super bushy white beard, super bushy white hair, and a very fancy helm. None of the other ones are wearing helms. And he looks like he's in charge. And he's just standing there super proud, like all these other Deurgar around him are just beneath his presence. He barely even deigns to notice them. But he's kind of looking at you, Ulrich, but he's kind of not. Like you're almost not worth his time. And he's kind of like looking to his men in front of him, like, just get me the black spider. But he says that in a language you understand. It just kind of inferred that.
Is it, what's the weather out? Is it snowing? Is it sunny?
It's actually a sunny morning, but it's still bitter freaking cold. Like if you go out there unprepared, it's going to be rough.
Before the door is fully open, I shout out, Euphemia, don't hide in the wagon.
So who's in charge here? Because now I own these mines.
All right. So where is everybody inside the cave? Are you all where you want to be?
I'm where I want to be. I don't
you
know
all
where
saw
Rafe
Ulrich
put
starting to
himself.
open the mine.
Shadeen, why do you have so many icons on you? Take those off.
Oh, Russ, there's some stuff Euphemia's going to do.
Only one.
You have a fist and a heart.
Yeah, the fist is my axe.
Oh, I didn't know that meant you had your axe on.
Yeah.
All right. So
also, don't forget you all have 8 temporary hit points thanks to the inspiring story of the bard.
The inspiring bard story. So just as a reminder, so as Ulrich's opening the door and seeing what he's seeing, Karluk, you're standing just about 5 feet sort of behind and to the right of Ulrich. So you're seeing everything Ulrich is seeing. The cold wind is coming in, but you're wearing your finely crafted Euphemia cloak, so you're fine.
I have Deurgar warm clothes.
Yes. Right now, when I'm looking at this, Thalric, you're kind of can see at an angle past Ulrich and kind of see what's going on there too. Shadeen's pretty close as well. Euphemia, you're back on the ridge, so you can't really see what's going on right now, but you're welcome to do something. What are you?
Yeah, I was just kind of waiting.
Good.
Euphemia's going to do that thing, and I'll make a stealth roll where 1 minute everybody notices she's there, like stewing the pot, stirring the morning stew, getting it warmed up. But then when Pyric makes that announcement, don't hide in the wagon. If anybody were to look, she's not there at the pot anymore. So she's going to stealth and hide in this little shadow right behind Pyric. And I'll make my stealth roll, and that's what she's going to do.
All right, go for it.
She has her bow out, ready to protect any of her party. Oops, wrong screen. I clicked it, did it not roll?
You got a 17.
Got a 17. So you feel like you did a pretty good job of being sneaky. So move yourself where you're trying to be sneaky at.
All right, let me just get to the right screen. Can't seem to find it.
All right. So, Ulrich, so you said, go ahead and repeat your last comment. We're cutting back to you now.
I am the master of these mines. Now, who is in charge here? I am Dane Ulrich Frostbeard.
You stand in the presence, says the dwarf in the middle. He starts shouting. You stand in the presence of Nildar Sunblight. Kneel, surface dwarf, if you know what's good for you.
I raise my hand. I say, I believe the etiquette when you're on the surface is you kneel to us.
Non-believer, I add.
And step forth into the light, or are you so too afraid to stand in the radiance that is Nildar Sunblight?
I hold my mace up as it flames, as the light comes and goes, I fear nothing. And I take a 5-foot step forward.
All right, I'm going to move you to the other map, Joe.
The trap! Get an axe.
I got one.
Oh, good.
And a mace.
All right, let me grab Ulrich here. What's everybody else doing? Well, Ulrich is.
I'll slide into Ulrich's position and shoulder to shoulder with Calric.
Well, I'm putting Ulrich on the other map. Everybody can feel free to take a step forward or take one move action and move yourself where you want to be.
Oops. And I'm gonna say, tell me what your deal is with the black spider and why you keep coming back to my door.
And let's see here. So, Ulrich, I'm going to bring you over to this map so you can see the situation.
There's a lot of dwarves. I step back in. I'm just kidding.
You know the number. Yeah. But here you go. Maybe this will make it clearer.
That was a humorous statement.
Do you see what's happening now, Joe?
I'm going there. Yes, I see what's happening. Oh yeah, I can take him.
Okay. So the guy in the back who seems to be looking around with very disdain and barely even noticing this. He mutters something in a language you don't understand that probably only people that are a little closer to you can actually hear. And this guy, who's the one that's been sort of shouting, and making big announcements, he says, "Perhaps you do not understand the nature of your situation, you foolish soul shackled." And as he says this, he starts to grow. And he enlarges and enlarges and enlarges until he's the size of a small giant. And he stands before you and says, "You again are in the presence of Nildar Sunblight. This entire land is his birthright and that of all his kin. Get out here now and submit to his will."
The harder they fall. He goes, you make a mistake with who you deal with. I am not. I may be small because of my friends. I too am 10 feet tall. And I cast, and I said, "Morden protects all who come with me, and the blessings of him will be upon all of us." And the bless spell goes out.
All right. We're gonna have to roll initiative as you start casting spells. So
he grew in size, and we didn't roll initiative.
That's fair. Sure. All right. Well, you cast bless. Let's see. Joe, do you want to make it? Are you trying to make bless not look aggressive, or are you trying to make it look intimidating?
Oh, I just said it like I said it. The blessings of Morden upon myself and those who fight with me. You determine how aggressive it is, and I will tell you that I will use intimidation.
All right, there you go. Make an intimidation check.
18. How intimidated are they now?
Well, let's see. They are not intimidated, but they're
okay. This is what I do, Russ.
Yes, go ahead.
In response to Ulrich drawing all the attention, I drop a fireball on them.
Oh,
okay. Well, hey, John, is it okay to roll for initiative now? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's okay now.
All right. Just
I will also tell you that.
Well, you could have done it before. I was just saying fair is fair. They cast the spell. We cast the spell.
That's fair. It's not actually a spell for them, though, just so you know.
Whatever. It's growing large is more aggressive than getting the blessing of your god.
Is it? How do you think they move big rocks when they got tables to move around and stuff?
Blessed right now is myself. It is going to be you. Let's see who's behind me. I can't see because
don't touch me with the taint of your god.
What's the radius? What's the radius on your bless?
The radius here. Let me throw it up here.
It's like 30 feet or something.
It's so it's 3 creatures of a choice within range is within 30 feet. So it's gonna myself. It's definitely gonna be
good going, Seppi.
What?
It's a good going, Seppi.
I can't see who.
The problem is they're all rolling initiative, Russ, and you don't have a chart up yet. I don't think.
No, I don't. Let me get it up.
Russ, I don't know who's within 30 feet of me because I can't see the party.
Got it. You tell me it's 30 feet. I can check. So,
okay, so it's 5, myself,
10,
Karlik,
15, 20, 25, 30. It actually gets everybody except for Seppi.
Okay, so it's myself, Karlik, and Shadeen.
Okay. All right.
I know
the usual characters.
I'm
gonna do Euphemia. Actually, all the frontline people. I'll do frontline.
All right. So Pyrrhic about to cast Fireball, so he's gonna.
Well, I want to do it as a he is
surprise.
They're all like looking at him, getting angry, and I'm like, yep, that means you're not dodging or doing anything else. You're just gonna eat a fireball in the face.
That is correct. Do you want to go take 2 steps to the right so you can see better? Because right now, where you are now. You can only see, and I'm trying to tricky because I got to bounce between 2 maps, so it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I did it based on.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like the
you
best
can shoot.
I could.
You can shoot. You can see one guy and his enlarged friend now that he got bigger, so you could shoot that and probably get a lot, or you could step a couple steps to the right, risk revealing yourself to more of them, but be better able to place your shot. What would you want to do?
I am. Like I said, I'm relying on Ulrich to draw their attention. Like he's directly doing blasphemy in front of them. I've been flaming this entire time, as everybody who's been a fan of the show knows.
It's right. So you're saying you're taking the step for the better eye, or you're just going to?
Okay. Yeah, I just have to.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm going to bring your character over here. You're not actually here, but I'm going to just place you on the map so you can see what's going on. How's that? Give me a second.
Right.
Here.
You don't want to be near me. You're a wizard.
Pyrrhic, I'm going to bring you over to the other map. The initiative looks like it's been tracking, so I'm going to roll for the bad guys in a minute here. But
all right. 10, 15, can we start? Can we roll our initiative?
Hang on a second. I'm just putting Seppi on the map here.
I'd like to keep mine because I rolled a 20.
No, the initiatives came through. You're okay. If you rolled it, it's on the chart.
Oh, no.
You may not see it because of whichever map you chose, but I see it. Okay, so Pyrrhic, I'm going to bring you over to the map also so you can see what's going on. And you know what I'm going to do actually to make things fair, because you can all kind of see. So we're going to get a little creative here. You're going to have to give me a little creative license on this map situation. So I'm going to bring you all over so everybody can see what's going on, because it's more fun. And we're going to do a little bit of an abstraction here. And this way you guys can actually see what's happening.
I don't need to see everybody. I just need to see half of everybody, Russ. Because if I can see where half is, I can line it up and get the rest. And the reason I'm able to deduce that is because I'm both coward and brilliant. So please do not overexpose me as you put me on your map.
Okay, we're working on it.
Yeah, if you hit the big guy, you get them all anyway.
Right. And I can bend the spell so it can envelop 4 of my friends.
Oh yeah.
I do not care about as long as the spell ends with Thralric and Howlick, we are fine.
As long as it ends with dead dwarves, I'm happy too.
Try not to burn my future clothing.
This is rough placement. I'm probably a little off here, but we're close.
If we get enough outfits, we could sew 2 together for Caleb.
Mm-hmm. Let's get everything lined up here. Oh yeah, Shadeen's right behind the dwarf. And okay, got it.
Just so my intent is get the spell off while they're all distracted by Ulrich, and then step back in after why they're all burned and just listen to their screams.
Russ,
out of sight.
Can you put my horse, my elk, pardon me, right there too, or wherever he is?
Yeah, I'm on it. So you get what I'm doing, Joe. They're like underground right there.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, I understand it. I had to back up. But
all right. Okay, so the elk. Where is the elk? He's not on the map.
He should be right behind the wagon.
Oh, there he is. He's behind the wagon. Got it.
These are pretty weak elk you got me, but I'll take them.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
True.
Okay, there's our elk. Okay, so I'm going to put out the whole party in the same map now, so you guys will be able to see what's going on. let me explain before you move your dudes or anything. All right. So you should all be on the Winter Wonderland map. And if you'll notice, sort of near the middle of the map, you scroll around, you'll see the little dwarven Ulrich there in front of the cave, or you start in the cave opening. You'll see all the Deurgar there. And then to the north of the cave, you'll see all of you. You're not really north of the cave. You're inside in that spot. You get what I'm doing.
We're actually that far away from Ulrich?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Double check. I'm double checking. I might move it up a little bit, but I'm just double checking. Because you were like, I think 10, he worked like 20 feet ahead. It might be one square.
I was about 20 feet in front of
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you should be 20 feet in front of you, 30 feet in front of Thorrick now. So let me see.
30 feet. Right now I'm 40 feet.
So we'll move everybody up 1 square.
2 squares.
1 or 2?
2 squares. That's it.
Oh, John grabbed his own guy. John's not grabbing your guy.
All right, I'll move mine back. I got him.
You go blind doing that.
There you go.
Trying to help.
Don't touch yourself. Okay. So there we are. So you guys are still in sort of the warmth of the cave, but it's getting very cold very quickly in there. I think everybody's wearing winter gear now.
Possibly everybody.
Thrall doesn't have any winter gear.
Yeah, not everybody. Right now, I see Thrall's winter gear in front of me, and we're just about to toast it up.
That's right. Thrallwick doesn't have any winter gear, but Thrallwick can shape change, so that's probably okay. Okay, so Ulrich, we're going to roll initiative now. I think so. Pyrrhus going to cast this spell, which is going to happen first, and then everything goes.
Yeah.
So let's do the initiative thing. Although I may not have to roll for some of these dwarves. So Pyrrhus
out here. I think we brought our own inferno.
Pyrrhus, you're pretty far away now. I will say this. Based on your angle and where you are in the cave, you can only see, I'm going to draw a little line with an arrow with a tape measurer. So you can see like this line where my purple line is. You can see from there north and.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in. Let me see if I can get the little. I'm going to drop it right here.
Where are you dropping it? Right there where that 80-foot spot is? Okay.
Yeah, where it says 16, the SQ. I'm going to drop it on the SQ.
The SQ or that big purple.
Yeah, this is when I role play for Gamers the Apocalypse. I never draw. Yeah, like where it says, where was it? When you, oh God, can you erase the purple smudge? I'll try to do it again.
Squiggle there. I'm going to get rid of the squiggle.
It's just. Do you see where his chin is? I'm going to drop it on his I'm going to drop it on his chin. Right. It's not the first time I've said that. And so, boom.
All right. And it's a 20-foot radius, right?
No, it's bigger than that.
10-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
5-foot radius.
20.
I think it's 20 feet.
20 feet.
It hits them all and just barely melts the snow at.
It's 20 feet. It's 20 feet from there.
I just intimidated them and they just exploded into fire. So I feel really proud of myself.
Yeah.
Shockingly, the evocation wizard nails the spot.
Yeah, not a surprise. All right. So why don't you go ahead there and roll damage? We got saving throws to make. All right.
Give me 60 points. Make me a happy man. If you roll 60 points on damage.
You were asking a lot from my guys.
I know. If you roll 6 points, I think that's normal.
Yeah. The 6 points is what you should expect. All right. Me and the character sheet are not agreeing on how this should happen. All right, here we go.
Oof.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not bad.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's a DC 15 deck save, Russell, with 26 points of damage max.
I see it. Excellent job. Okay, here comes the deck save for one of the dudes.
Do any of them have disadvantage for all the shenanigans, for being surprised, like being flat-footed?
No, but the good news is you're going to hurt them badly. So this guy takes
-2 to their dexterity.
Yeah, their dexterity is not. It's not really going to. Boom. Well, this guy. So in the front, these guys are they have the biggest hammers, and they look really nasty. The front guys actually look the nastiest, even potentially nastier than the guy that's extra large. But yeah, he's bloodied. So that guy's bloodied, and then this guy also goes for his little deck save. Nope. So he also takes 26. So he is also bloodied. And they look sort of the same make and model there. And then this guy who is not super big. Let me see if he has I don't think he has any kind of, he might have some kind of situation here. Nope. Oh, so the reason, Seppi, by the way, your question about them getting disadvantage is a very good one. And normally I would say they do have disadvantage, but they don't have disadvantage.
Oh, they have. Okay, that's very bad.
Remember, they have magic resistance when you fought them last.
So there's something happening here, but it looks kind of like, though, the big guy who's also got a shield is kind of like using it in a creative way, and the guys near him are kind of trying to duck behind it for cover.
Oh, nice. Good.
Not succeeding, but he's reducing.
As long as there's a role-playing reason, I'm on board.
There's a reason. There's a very good reason. So this guy, we're going to see if this guy's able to pull it off because he's got straight up check also. No. So he takes also.
He's a stoned guard.
And we're gonna have him go. We're gonna have him go prone because of that one. So he's like blasted backwards 5 feet, and from the center of the blast, he'll go this way, and we'll make him prone for the moment just to add a little drama to the situation here. We'll
Thank you.
On him. Well, bam, and then this guy over here has got to make a dexterity save also, and
2.
Oh, he also takes. He manages not to get blasted, but he also takes the 26. You're just nailing these guys.
I'm getting ready to do the recap for
those guys aren't bloody, right?
I know they actually are bloodied. Actually, they are bloodied.
That's messing those guys up. Something fierce.
What about the big dude? Is he bloody?
Do it again. I want a big guy yet. So big guy going, and the big guy, he doesn't have any. Oh no, wait. Actually, let me see what he's got. I don't know. He's not. I thought I had his card up, but I don't. Hang on a second. There we go. Oh, he would normally. He also would have it, but again, he gets a regular save because of surprise. So here he goes with his deck save. Oh, there it is. One of them finally actually made it. So he only takes half, which is 14?
13.
13, thank you. But that actually bloodies him. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And the guy way in the back also gets his deck save.
You smell that? Smells like dark dwarf pee. Oof.
He also makes it. So he takes it, but he is not bloody. Surprising no one.
I'd show you my shocked face, but I'm not shocked.
All right. And okay, so now we're going to initiative. I should have taken the opportunity to roll as I was going through all those guys. I apologize. I'll do initiative real quick. Pyric, that was your turn.
I will also step out of the way. Like Ulrich pulling out the name of his god really dropped fire on them. And I am now, I move out of the way so they can't see me with the end of my move action.
All right. Excellent.
They now all think Ulrich's mace is a mace of fireballs. Lit up, fireball flies right out.
I just intimidated them and they explode into fire. That's intimidation.
It's the braids.
Thank you for bringing more winter clothes. We needed it.
They are all looking pretty well bundled.
Oh,
including the big guy, bigger. That's for Kalik.
And in this year, and one more. And in this year. Okay. All right. So it's going to put these things in order and we're ready to get the party started. So, Pyric, you already went. There isn't really any surprise except for Pyric's surprise because everybody else was kind of sort of semi-known.
For the record, I did not cast a spell in combat.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Euphemia, you're up.
Anybody that would be watching Euphemia, it would almost be as if the arrow flew just a microsecond before Pyric's fireball, which could have some concern. She makes the big guy her target, which means she has advantage.
Oh, does she speak the words?
She speaks the words.
You got to speak the words, right?
Uklak, Sugarlock.
The bow hums in your hands as and in broken common, about time. Take them all. Take them all. All the dwarves should die.
And she says, no. Not the cow. No, not the one in armor. The bad big dwarf. Because it kind of hovers between those two.
8 dwarves for the killing. 8.
Well, let's just take one at a time. One at a time.
I'm going to turn into an animal and save myself.
Pretty slow on my screen, so I'm not sure what I'm getting.
You got a 19. You rolled twice.
19 and a 9.
This is with advantage, if I'm correct, right?
Is that from firing from concealment?
Because he stands still.
Oh, the bow. Yes, no, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, of course, the bow. So
Well,
19.
19 is high.
Definitely hits. Yeah.
All right. Let me switch screens.
You have advantage. That means.
Oh, did it roll the dice?
Yeah,
it already rolled them.
You got a 19 and a 9.
You're in the chat. It's in the chat.
Yeah, you got a 19.
All right.
And Russ said you hit.
Yep.
And you're within short
And you have
range.
advantage, so that means you get your sneak attack.
All I'm seeing on the initiative chart is Ulrich and all the bad guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because when we rolled, we were on a different map.
Yeah, you rolled inside.
We're on the chart, but we just can't see it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, as long as we're on the chart.
It's
Hey,
secret
Joe, at
initiative.
fifth level, what's my
Russ could cheat, but
Well, I'm
He
sorry,
wouldn't
what
do
you
that.
say, Rafe?
What's my sneak attack at 5th level again?
Fifth level, you get 4d6. That's 3d6 snake attack plus 1d6 for your regular damage, which is 46.
Okay.
The bow gives you additional, if you spoke the words, gives you additional 3d6 on top of that.
That's
All right,
awful.
so first what I'm going to do, because of one of my skills, I'm going to re-roll that 1. So I've got 10 and 11 so far. And another 1. So that's 12 plus another 3d6.
So that's
14.
26 plus your dex.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's not part of there. Plus 4.
Plus it's a +1 bow.
Plus another 1.
So that's
So-
31 points of damage.
31 points of damage.
Oh, your arrow strikes him right between the eyes, and the big giant starts to fall backwards. And as he falls in his death throes, he starts to shrink back down to his normal size as he crashes to the
Using
ground.
80s cartoon sound effects.
It was the
Yeah.
It was the throat.
Did I not mention when I'm with my friends, I'm 10 feet tall?
And the bow.
That's too bad because that was Karlik's warm outfit. It was nice and big.
It shrinks back down. And the bow says, in broken common, 1 down, 7 to go.
No, that's not correct.
We certify that as tomorrow's problem.
Fans of the show, I want you to petition Russ to make that shrinking noise so I can have it as a ringtone, please.
It's the opposite of the old Enoch Chuck. We're going to work on the enlarged noises. We're going to have lots of opportunities for that, I think, in the near future. I'm just saying.
Now,
right.
Rafe, just so I'm clear, if I'm reading this correctly, your bow only can do that once a week.
Oh, with the 3d6?
Yeah, you're talking. Well, no, it doesn't until that enemy dies. You keep doing it, but the target of your attack, can you switch that?
I thought it switches for the
When
advantage.
it dies, you can choose a new one the next dawn. So it's once a day you can choose a new enemy like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you can't choose a new enemy
You
until
don't have
next,
disadvantage against non-targets if he dies. That's the good thing.
Who's next, Russell?
Sorry, it is Stalrick's turn.
All right. I extend one hand, looking to the sky above my friends here, or not my friends.
Yeah, it's hard to look
The
up.
hair on my head starts to alleviate, and static electricity breaks through it.
Uh-oh.
And I said, "You have called this upon yourself, fallen dwarves." And the sky grows dark, and a huge 60-foot radius cloud of thundering lightning, and a bolt strikes right between these two guys.
Oh,
And that, sir, is going to be a dex save, DC 15
all right. Now
for both of them. It's anybody within 5, so it's going to be both the lead dwarves,
All right.
or Deurgar.
So both the lead bigger ones.
These two that are bloody up front.
Yeah. So interestingly, they don't have the magic resistance. So dex save for them.
Oh, so just sad for them.
Yeah. A dex save for the first one. Not a great roll. 15, actually.
15 makes it, so the first one makes it.
So what does he take? Nothing?
He takes something.
He's gonna take a little something.
He will take half of this. Hopefully I roll these. He takes half of 18, so 9 lightning damage.
He staggers, but he's barely up.
And what about his buddy? Does he make his
buddy
save?
also goes for his deck save.
He fails.
He fails,
So
and he
takes
gets
the full
charred.
18.
He gets charred and falls to the ground.
And the cloud remains rumbling and crackling with thunder.
That's
now everybody's got warm weather clothes. That's the good news.
All right. Nice job. Any movement there?
No, I'm done. I'm good right where I am. I need to get man.
Well,
Garlic, I gave you 3 javelins too, because because I had them.
Right.
He's Santa Dwarf.
So it is now it's now the dead Deurgar's turn. So he's dead though, so we won't go to him. Next up is one of the other Deurgar gets to go. And so
Grandpa,
it's one of the Mohawk Deurgars, the guy kind of front and to your right there, Ulrich.
Yep.
Looks at you and
running.
He actually starts to grow also. He gets larger and larger and larger and thumps towards you. Thump, 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 thump. He becomes massively huge and leaps past his smaller brethren there and raises his massive sword to attack you. But that's all he does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you think it'd be worse.
That sucks for him. He's going to be dead before. Oh, sorry.
Who's the other one I lost? Oh, I get it. Okay. And then
I have a question for Cowlick later. Do all the fallen dwarves of the north suffer from Vijorva?
And then this other dwarf who also has the mohawk, he got knocked down. So
but he got up again?
He is getting up again now. So he stands back up and he actually adopts like a defensive formation and starts to step back towards the guy with the big white beard in the back. So actually steps back, kind of watching his liege and loses half his moon, but he also grows. And it is now Shadeen's turn.
Okay, fine. Let's see. I weave here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not gonna make it.
He says something about being born in the briar patch and then runs out in the cold.
He does. I do. I was born in the briar patch. Sadly. So can I shoot this guy here?
Yep.
Or is he in combat?
There is no in combat rule, so you fire away.
Yeah.
Well, in that
he's also
case,
quite large now. He's the size of a small giant.
Oh well, then let's cut him down to size. If we're all going to be throwing around one-liners.
Yeah.
All right. On my way, I cast. What do I cast? I cast Spirit Shroud, and I call up all of the spirits of the good dwarves. I'm assuming there are good dwarves around here somewhere. And the spirits of the good dwarf. You don't volunteer for this. You got to be dead. So the spirits of the good dwarves come swirling up around me. And I just really think strongly about the universe wanting to smite this guy in front of me here. And he gets hit with one of these.
All right. So all these little dwarven spirits start swirling around you. Also, one little goblin spirit's in there with him.
Is he a good goblin spirit? Then he's
apparently there was one goblin that died in here that actually had a kind heart.
Then he's more than welcome.
Yeah.
He wasn't the one in the bow. We know that.
Well, in that case, so I hit him, but good with a 25.
You do indeed hit him, but good.
And and then damage. I'm looking at the wrong place here. Damage over there. It's going to be this plus 6 plus this.
Oh, wow.
So how about a 16?
16 damage. The big guy gets. Did you Eldritch Blast him? Yeah, right.
I did Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast hits him. Pick a body part, Craig. Where do you want to hit him?
Oh, I right in the forehead is the goal.
Right in the forehead.
So
his white on white, sort of, you can barely make out the pupils of his eyes roll up into his head, and he starts to fall backwards also and shrinks as he does, collapsing dead on the ground next to his bearded comrade.
All right. Well, then the second one is not gonna. The spirits can't help me with this, but this guy here is gonna get it.
All right.
And that's over here with this button.
You can
You should take him down if you hit him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Another one.
Oh, nice hit.
And so that'd be 11.
Ooh, yeah. He also gets just cracked and pick a body part.
That would be his belly right above his groin.
Oh, got him in the lower regions, and he falls down dead. Also,
the nether regions, if you will.
the nether regions of the Underdark. All right, he's down. All right, Shadeen, anything else? Any other movement or anything? It looks like you moved pretty.
No, I grin at my dwarven friend though.
All right,
and I nod to him.
And
you make it. You think it's reassuring, but it's not reassuring.
Well, I'm smiling without me dragon teeth.
Karluk.
All right.
We left a couple for you, Karluk.
I haven't even got here yet.
Karluk, make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, your comment is coming to be very prophetic about being so tall because of your friends.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm not really qualified as one of your friends, but it still works.
I took that from Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, Three Musketeers. That's what Mickey said to Big T.
That does not surprise me.
4.
Oh, you are, as you get to the cave opening, and you're still able to fight and everything, but you just notice, you look down and you sort of see in the distance in the early morning sunrise, the twinkling of the light on some of the roofs of the various 10 towns. And you're thinking a little bit of homesick, a little call to home. Maybe we should head down there. Maybe it'd be kind of nice to see some old friends, but oh wait, there's something more important right in front of me. I should deal with.
Wow, you just role played a head injury. Nice job, Russ.
Apparently, Shadeen is now not the only one being talked to by the universe.
Yeah, don't forget you get that a D4 to your saves too for not
the universe beckons. Dwarves.
Any one of us that fails that shimmer, that thing where you blip out, is going to have the universe talking to you.
Dwarves from
Russ,
from
Seppi
the
pointed it out. Russ, give yourself a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Dwarves from the deep. We have already had terrible dealings with the Black Spider. It did not end well for the Black Spider, but we are but lost travelers.
As Deurgar blood bleeds out onto the snow, yes.
we just wish to know the way to Goodmead, dear sirs, and all this violence can stop.
Say, Equus, you're starting to figure out which ones you're smarter than.
Persuasion.
There's just blood drooling out here from the body.
Equus is now like my new parrot friend.
18.
Well, 18's pretty good. 18's pretty good. Yeah, let's see what happens.
It helped that over half his party is dead.
Yeah. The nearest Deurgar, the big one here. Let's see. He's going to make his little wisdom saving throw here against that. Not super strong. And the main dude here.
I don't know if he says it, but I think he's thinking, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Also, all right. So, yeah. So the both of them are sort of like looking at you like, now what language are you speaking in?
Oh, common.
Yeah. So it was a really, really good speech.
Bovine.
And they look intrigued, like you're really saying something with passion and probably should be considered. But they at the end they kind of cock their head sideways, like
I will
trying to say.
I will create an illusion that is the town symbol of Goodmead, which everyone from this area knows. The beloved mead from the town of Goodmead. It's a well known through the 10 towns.
It is well known. That's okay. All right. They look like they're thinking about things. And anything else you're going to do there? Because it's going to influence their actions.
I'm going to like do a little shrug, and I'm going to make a little illusionary map. It would be like make a little, questioning symbology known to all humanoids.
Okay, so it's now the big white bearded guy in the back's turn. And he sort of looks at you. He sees your symbol. He kind of mimes like taking a nice drink from a pint, and then immediately disappears.
Oh.
And it's just gone.
He's going to burn down your village.
He's just gone. He's just completely and totally gone.
Like our mage.
Look at the snow. Find the footprints.
Yeah, we're familiar with this.
This trick. All right.
Well, we also know from their earlier encounter, they also know they can turn invisible. So.
Yep.
And we remember Seppi knows exactly how many steps these guys can take.
Yeah, that's right. Kenny, outrun the fireball.
Prepare to outmath them.
And all right.
Who's next?
Okay. All right. So that was him. It's back to Ulrich's turn. That the one guy's just gone.
So Seppi, the big guy, the chieftain guy, they said was the clan leader there, Nildar, he just disappeared.
Yeah. So Persephone to me. My elk comes running up. I hop on him. Ching, using half my movement.
Ching. That's almost as good as the enlarging noises.
So
it's a metallic elk.
Morden has blessed you with strange sound effects.
Awesome sound effects. I'm going to move to here where the guy was. And Persephone takes a dash action to get there. And we're both there now. And I'd say, if you wish to parley, I do it now. Otherwise, you will be the next after your friend. And I strike his friend down.
Strike down the big guy. Okay.
With Lightbringer. Come on, Lightbringer. Do me some good. Is going to be AC 26 for now. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure I get it right. Yeah, 9 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. So
and radiant love if he's undead.
He is not undead, so no love there. But he does take 9 points of damage, and he definitely does not look happy about that.
All right. Is he still up?
Oh yes.
I hit him again.
All right.
And that is going to be an 11, but I happen to have Bless up, which will give me an additional, come on, how many new pair of shoes? 4, so it's going to be a 15 armor class.
Yeah, he deflects that easily.
All right.
Ping. I mean, been rolling above 20 all day, but not this time. All right.
But no cigar.
No. And okay, anything else there?
He goes, if you choose to stand down, I will not strike you again, but you may not be so lucky next time you go.
I think, yeah. Okay. So nice, Ulrich, and then that guy's dead, and that guy's dead. Pyric, it's your turn.
Can you make my elk large? Well, he's going.
He's a tiny little elk.
Is he a large creature?
He's large.
Yeah, he's supposed to be large.
What a cute little elk it is.
Just in case that guy's around, he's stomping on top of the dwarf.
Okay.
He's a big.
I'm gonna catch up to the wall of meat and ready a shield action from my staff in case something comes our way.
Eric, he went invisible.
So shield is a reaction. You can use it no matter what.
Anything else, Pyric?
No, I'm prepared to. Did you
move yourself where you want to be? Because you're still back by the wagon. Is that right?
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm gonna move all these things. Can you, Mr. Token's not working? Okay. 3, 6, and then
somebody came in from behind and stole all the ingots out of the wagon.
I forgot to copy the ingots, so
okay,
they're in there.
All right, that's what
that would have been really funny as a DM if you just made him just until somebody noticed.
This disappearing is a real thing, but I'm not ready to commit to
blind fight.
But there's snow. Like if anybody is worth tracking, we can follow this guy and kill him.
Oh, who you kneeling to now, big man?
John, they actually tried to do that, but you guys caught him coming in the back door.
No, I know.
That was actually the whole plan.
Whose turn is it, Russell?
It's Pyric. Oh, Pyric's done. So now it is Euphemia's turn.
All right, I'm going to shoot at my arrow at the big guy.
Only one guy you can see, unless you can see the other guy.
Can I see the big? I think I can see the big guy. No.
Oh, because of me, you get your sneak attack. You're welcome.
Yep, that's right. I also get advantage by not moving from my skill tree.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Pew pew. Oh,
nat 20 critical hit. Let's go to the critical hit deck.
Nope, and a 3.
Okay, let's see what a critical looks like for the bow today. Ooh, it's a life-threatening card, Rafe. Poke in the belly, quadruple damage.
Oh.
Roll your damage and times it times 4.
Yeah, that guy's going to be dead.
46 plus 5 and multiplied by 4.
I think he's done.
Rafe,
see what happens.
Russ, if he does over a certain amount of damage, is the blood spray so horrific he gets the other guy who's invisible?
Tell you what, Rafe, if you kill him by more than 20 points, I will let you describe his death in gruesome detail.
Including covering the blood on the invisible guy. Make sure you include that, Rafe.
It's 78 points of damage. So
I pulled the 76 again. I get to re-roll that 1, and it keeps rolling as a 1. All right, so what is that?
76.
So what'd you get total for your damage?
76 damage.
76 damage. Yeah. So Rafe, you can describe his death. You just laser cut him with an arrow, pretty much.
All right, here's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm totally lined up against the cart. I've got like really good purchase, and I let the arrow fly, and he turns his big belly to Ulrich to pay attention to what happens there. The razor edge slices his belly open, and
entrails.
His entrails, right? His belly just splits open, and his entrails just pool out, spiraling on the ground. As they spiral,
do they cover Ulrich and his stag? That'd be kind of awesome.
Oh yeah, sprays everybody.
Just check.
And then the blood, as Pyrex suggested, hits the invisible guy too.
Well, okay. I love the description, and everything's exactly right. The only challenge is you are sure, and I'm going to draw some pictures here so you can kind of see. So the blood sprays like entrails everywhere here. We got little like this curly stuff. That's all like.
No, you're dropping the ball. This is a good opportunity for an Empire Strikes Back quote.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's these things smell bad on the outside.
Yeah, all the entrails are here. Like this whole area is just covered in sprayed blood, and yet they're not covering anything besides what you can see.
He moved. He turned invisible and moved.
All right.
Or did he teleport?
They can't teleport.
So that
he might be a wizard or something. Who knows?
This guy is definitely dead. So nice shot there. And Thalric, what are you gonna do?
All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move up to next to my friend Pyric, and I'm going to scan the horizons with my expert animal keen vision for footprints of our cowardly running nemesis.
All right, make
adversary.
Survival.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on my perception roll.
Yeah.
I would like to help him. Is that something
I gotta help would have only given me advantage.
Just gives an advantage.
So I got a filthy 20.
Well, that's a pretty good check there. So yeah, you do well thanks to the blood spring. So there was some help. And you actually indirectly helped him, Pyric, because you suggested to Euphemia the idea of the blood splaying on him. So the blood splayed everywhere, and you can see that the blood actually sinks into little.
What's the most amazing about that critical hit arrow is she did all that without putting a hole in the winter garb or getting any dirt on it.
That's right, because he had this his belly was hanging out a little bit under his shirt,
exactly.
and it
had
just
a midriff fur vest.
But it might the lower parts might be a little bloody, might take a good wash. But your understanding of nature, Thalric, you notice that the way the blood is pooling on the snow here in these little circles could only be because there's some kind of recesses in the snow that aren't natural there, and they're heading off sort of in that direction. That's as far as you can sort of.
So where's my best guess for what square he might be in?
You'd have to guess.
Well, I just rolled a 20. That's why I'm asking.
Well, that's something that feet are giving you direction.
All right. Well, I'm going to drop so this is going to hit this and every square.
And also remember, you're like 30, 40 feet away from this. So it's not like you're investigating this.
No, I get you. So I'm going to drop, actually, I'll drop it right here. I'm going to drop a lightning bolt right here.
Okay.
And it gets every adjacent square to it.
All right. So lightning. I'm going to draw a little picture for you here.
So it's the 9 cubes there. Lightning comes ripping out of the sky.
So am I drawing on the right spot?
Yeah, it's getting all those squares. Yep, and then the 3 below. Yeah, exactly. It only lasts. It's a flash, but that's it. Those are the squares.
Quick flash, and it doesn't look like you. But I'll give you this since you rolled a 20. When the lightning starts striking, the way the snow starts to move around, you kind of notice a few more little footprints here as it brightens the area. Oh, they shouldn't be red. They should be more of a grayish color. Hang on a second. It's important. Gotta get
good enough. That's my turn.
All right. A few more footprints in the snow that are hard to see. They're very hard to pick up. There they are. Okay. That dude is dead. Okay, Shadeen, what are you gonna do?
I don't have a whole lot that I can do. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna look around and see. Oh, I wouldn't be there. I would be there. And I'm gonna look around at these footprints and see what else I can see.
Why don't you do? I'll let you do investigation, or since you're
survival is usually tracking,
or survival, either one. Because you can investigate because now they're sort of seen. Because
investigate work.
Either one, survival or investigation.
Either one of them is going to be not so great for me.
Okay,
so,
well, we'll take whatever you got.
So,
don't you have more common sense than you do book smart?
Yeah, I got. Well,
no,
not really. Not really strong. Neither
really.
of those are really my strong suits. I'm trying to see.
Maybe it's all those little witticisms that make me think you do.
Yes, no, it's that's rote memory, my friend. I'll investigate. Let's do some investigating. I investigate. I think it may or may not be snow upon which I am standing right now.
I'm pretty sure it's ice.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident that it is frozen, whatever it is.
All right.
Nothing to see here, lads and lassie. Nothing to see.
Karluk, you're up, sir.
Running away, are you? Only the deep dwarves would do that. And I cast
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire. Nope, I wish. Vicious Mockery, which I don't think requires line of sight. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
let's see.
I feel like you have to know where someone is to do it.
I just have to hear you. I don't know.
You can
mock
If the target can hear you,
you can see.
Ridiculous.
Oh, it does say see in there.
It's too bad because I mock people I can't see. All
Nice. Look at that game balance right there on that spell. That's a great
Being
spell.
mean to phone operators, Joe, doesn't count.
That's right. Hey, your refrigerator's running. All right.
Hey, Shadeen, do you have any idea where we are? I've got this map. I see some mountains.
I think that's upside down.
I take a look around. Maybe I can find that dwarf guy around here somewhere and ask him. May I roll perception?
You may. You can take perception, investigation, or survival, Karluk. Oh.
22 perception.
22 from the cow. Excellent. Karluk, you actually have a pretty good feeling you know where he is. You can see the footprints going up, and you can see the little tufts of snow from where his feet are currently running as he's running at full speed. And they're like right in. I'm going to ping. You got to remember, you only go one ping. Here it is. It didn't work. Wait. Here it comes. Get ready. Watch carefully. Ping. Okay, it's gone.
What?
What?
I've got it.
Where was that ping?
All right,
Right here.
I'll give one more, Dan. Ready? Ping. That's it.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay.
All right.
We've all got it. We've all got it.
You can see the little tufts of snow as he's running along.
Well, I can heat metal. No,
keep that there, Joe.
The ram. Ring up the ram. Yes.
No. Oh no.
Inspiration. I'm burning 2 charges.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna plow this guy right into the ground.
Ring of the ram.
Yep.
Ring of the ram. Nice.
Yep.
I'd forgotten about that.
Wham. Just
that's a lot of dice you got going on.
Shove him right into the ground. 18.
You get a plus D4 to hit.
Oh, right.
But it was disadvantage to attack an invisible opponent. But you had advantage for. Did you use inspiration? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So it was a straight roll, technically, guys. It wasn't a.
So make a straight die. Make a straight D20 then.
Yeah, straight D20. You got to roll a straight D20 to hit. Basically, is what I'm saying.
All right. My notes say +7.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. What?
Yeah.
So it's a 13 plus a D4. It's
Plus
probably
a
not going to hit him.
roll.
Oh. Yeah, my to hit was an 18. So +2 is 20.
20's pretty good. Holy
Yep.
crap!
Yep.
Really? That's great.
Yep.
That's probably going to hit. Let me see.
Yeah, because I used my inspiration.
Yeah, but your inspiration, you missed out. So, Doc, your inspiration was nullified by the disadvantage that he's invisible.
Oh, I thought
So it was a straight up. So it was a straight up roll.
Oh, my bad.
the dice.
6 plus 7 is 13 plus a D4
Be a 15 then.
with 15.
Oh, you barely miss. I'm sorry to say. All right.
I weep.
Yes.
Openly.
It freezes on my cow cheek.
He gets to go. So
He's no longer where he was.
okay. So there's some kind of movement. You guys can keep in combat and keep trying to chase this guy, or you can.
Okay.
You're
I'm gonna move next to Cowlick.
It's Ulrich's turn. Technically.
Oh, is it? I thought it was top of the round.
Ulrich hasn't gone a second
Ulrich's
time.
last. He's a 7.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes.
He's the anchor man.
He's last. He brings up the rear.
So my move here, and I will use inspiration to try and perceive where this guy might have gone.
All right.
Nat 20.
Oh, Joe, you can get a new card.
I will get rid of the card I have.
Get rid of your red card.
I get rid of my red card, but I know where he is.
You do. I'm going to ping. Get ready. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. Little tufts of snow coming right here. Bing. You see it?
No.
That's too bad. That was it. No, I'll do it again. Ready? Ready? Bing. That was it.
We're not getting a ping.
There's nothing showing on the map.
Oh, I might be in the wrong level. Hang on. Try it again. One more time. Here we go.
Oh, he's really invisible.
There he is.
All right. Here he goes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All
So
right.
I'm going
Aren't
to
invisible foes the best?
Somebody put a mark there while I'm pinging it.
Someone mark him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move. I'm going to charge him directly with Persephone.
Didn't you already move?
But I have a dash action that he can use. And
and can he charge when he dashes? That's pretty awesome.
He's not attacking. I am.
Oh, but is that a thing?
Yeah.
You dash on a mountain, still get your full attack. That's
so the move is his own attack. So I can move, and then my mount can either disengage, dash, or dodge in addition to the move. So welcome to mounted combat.
That's the advantage for being mounted, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. All right, cool.
So I'm going to come here. Then,
well, that's why cavalry run down regular people.
That's fair.
That's right. So that's why. And so I get up to where I know he is because I spot him with the 21. I then use a bonus action to.
Oh, wait. So you're saying there's no disadvantage to riding at a full gallop than moving regular from turns of attacking?
No, because it's like double moving.
That's not how real horse riding works. When you're galloping, you can't do anything else because you're barely hanging on. When you're moving normally, you move faster than you would on foot, but you still fight.
If you're trained and you've got a lance, it's actually the worst.
I know is paladins fight seamlessly with their steeds. Okay,
I know, but I just need to know the rules. So is it that you can dash on a mount?
That your steed can move its regular movement.
Yeah.
It then can use its bonus action to do a dash, a second movement.
Got it.
A dodge.
Got it.
Or disengage.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So I can say if I'm fighting my mount can disengage, move away. Now, as a DM, you can say, well, that's inclusive of you, or I'm going to attack you instead, which is a possibility. But it allows me to say do a drive-by with a lance. Remember, I asked for a lance.
Yeah,
hit it from a distance at 10 feet away,
right?
And then move back, let them chase, and hit somebody. Right. It allows them also to dodge, so your mount can move forward to a regular thing and then dodge. While I attack, meaning it's harder to hit your mount if somebody's trying to kill, say, Persephone.
So you might as well always dash on your mount. Because it doesn't hurt you at all.
Yeah, if I'm moving, I want to dash, right? Just like if I'm walking, but he may want to dodge instead so he doesn't get hit. Right? All right. I mean, it depends what it is, but those are the options of mounted combat.
All right.
And mounted combat is not fully fleshed out in D&D 5e, but those rules are.
Okay.
And horses are better than elks, by the way. So
that makes sense. Although you do have big pointy antlers, that seems like.
And I do have that, but I can't. For example, I can't attack if I do because I just use my action to do that.
Right.
I can't attack him if I did my dash, disengage, or whatever. Right.
Got it.
That would be my attack instead. So that being said, I am then going to say, Moradin will not allow you to escape, and use my bonus action to use my vow of enmity on him. My vow of enmity gives me a advantage to hit. That nullifies his disadvantage for being invisible. And so I'm going to guess just.
Whoa. If I'm reading this vow correctly, I'm pretty sure there's a line in there about being able to see somebody.
Oh, hold on. As a bonus action, you can a creature you can see within 10 feet of you. So, correct. So I cannot use that on him.
That is correct.
All right. So I will just strike him with advantage, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yes. Go for it.
All right. Twice. First one. Oof. All right.
Yeah,
I'm not even bother rolling my D4.
You rolled with the first one.
Yeah.
So that is a miss.
I got a disadvantage again. I'm not going to bother rolling my D4 to hit. Disadvantage. Come on. Just give me like 2 above 10. God.
That's a 3. Negative Ghost Rider.
So it's going to be my total on that is going to miss because the best I can get is a 14, and you said that missed before.
That will be a miss. That is correct.
And it will be an 11. Will be the highest I get. All right. That is all we got right now. I said you may submit now before I run you down, dwarf.
Okay.
You wanted me to kneel? It is your turn to kneel. I'll intimidate him again.
Okay, go for it. Natural 1. Sadly,
have that card back.
He is the opposite of intimidated. You're pretty sure you hear some undercommon laughter. Okay. All right. Pyrrhic, we got enough time for maybe we started a little late, so we'll go 2 more minutes.
Are you sure? I'm the top of the round. We can just.
Oh, maybe we should. Well, is everybody up for one more round? I want to keep it a bit late. One more round.
I got nothing to do except
right, one more round, and then we'll call it. Pyrrhic, you might get away.
I have to be headed out to Joe's at 2:15 in the morning. So if the rest of you people can't play, that's on you.
All right. Why are you going to Joe's at 2? Never mind.
I'm flying out. I'm flying out tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. I did know that. Pyrrhic, what would you like to do for your final action?
I would. Could you erase my second scribble? I forget that you can't do this thing.
There's purple everywhere. Here, got it.
I get to move 6 squares. Is that correct?
That is correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I throw a fireball.
Really? Oh, fascinating. Okay, great.
Yeah, this is not combat.
I just like that Pyrrhic is just done screwing around. He's like, no, you guys are all dead.
Yeah,
right?
no, you're just dead.
I like it. Okay. Pyrrhic, where are you placing said fireball?
On top of Ulrich, who's swinging violently.
Right, but of course you have that ability that can just make sure your friends don't get fried. So
correct.
Excellent. Okay, great.
I think about the braiding of the fire, just like I braided his hair, and now I am ending whatever threat has come into our war effort.
And if he is visible, watch what I can do with the elk next rest.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get away now. We'll see what happens. Because he does have to maintain concentration, right? I believe to stay in.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's the idea. You can damage him with concentration.
It's technically not a spell, but oh no, it is a concentration rule though.
It's all concentration, yeah.
Even for him, even though it's not a spell. Okay, so go ahead and Seppi, roll your damage. He does get to make his saving throw, and he does have Deurgar resilience, so he has advantage on this.
Okay.
So here we go.
Where is my character? Keeps on disappearing because I must be bad at this.
He rolls his best die is a 15, and it's a deck save, so he gets a 15 on his deck save.
Okay, then he would definitely
get half damage.
Yep.
Why you keep on disappearing? I don't understand. Fireball.
I like all the blood and footprints on the map. It's kind of great.
So he takes 15 damage and makes a DC 10 concentration save.
All right. So he takes 15. And here comes his concentration save. Is it wisdom?
No, Constitution.
Constitution, thank you.
Which is probably good for him.
That's better for dwarves. Oh, he rolls a nat 1. Oh, all right. His concentration is broken. And he pops into existence. Uh-oh. That's not good for him. Boing. There he is. Yeah.
I feel like we've seen this story before.
Also, now that you can see him, you realize he is in fact bloodied, and his little beard is scorched. Big beard.
And I have a reaction. Says my horse. So my elk.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna make him a little bloody marker here, and it is Euphemia's turn.
Thank you, Pyrrhic. Thank you, Easter Bunny.
So Ulrich discovered him?
No, he's visible now.
Discovered him.
I knew where he was. Pyrrhic said, "Oh, by the way, he's right there."
Yeah, Ulrich spotted him for the crew, and
Again.
that allowed Pyrrhic to hone in with a fireball, and that was the end of that.
All right, I might be. Yeah, I'm still far back. Russ, do you want to? I think I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Move your normal movement, and you can run if you want, but it'll take all your.
Yeah, I'll do a double move to get to the end of the cave, and then I'll do a triple move to catch up to Pyrrhic, and that'll be my whole turn.
All right. Okay, then we'll take it on to Thalric.
I will need a snow leopard, sir.
Snow leopard.
Great. No, go away. This is mine.
Before I turn into a leopard, I look over my shoulder and I say, "Watch this, Equus." And then I pop into my little tiny snow leopard. This is my smallest animal form, but my most kick ass. 1, 2, 3,
most
4,
impressive.
5, 6, 7, 8.
What's the pussycat?
I come bounding out here, running across the ice like it's nothing, and unaffected by the cold.
Yeah.
And my cloud shifting over me, still hovering, and lightning strikes down right here and hits my friend gets a save though.
All right.
It's 120-foot range on that thing.
Got advantage against magic saves, so here you go.
So yeah, it's a dex save DC 15, and he gets advantage.
He gets a 17 and an 18. So
that means he makes it, so he takes half of this damage.
Yeah, what do you got?
It's gonna hurt.
Roll well, sir.
Yeah. Druids get.
Oh, those are the wrong dice. Let's try again.
That seems like a lot.
Not so good. He only takes 5 lightning damage.
I mentioned before he's bloody now in his little form.
I'm just setting him up for Ulrich, but I would never tell him that.
All right. Shadeen.
All right. Enough pussyfooting around, as they say.
You see, there's a little kitty laugh next to you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 licks to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop.
Or a fallen dwarf.
And I wield the shadow axe, and a massive shard of shadow flies out of it right at his head.
Is that long range for the shadow shard?
120. No.
Oh, I guess not. Okay.
They don't have long range, but I think you missed anyway.
D4.
You get the D4. That's right.
Add to that.
Oh,
17. 17. Is a 17 hit?
17. Oh, it just sneaks by his shield.
Oh, it just
inside his guard.
His shield does it. Well, in that case, take 8.
He starts to wobble, but he's still up.
Well, that's okay, because there's another one of those coming his way.
Fair enough.
And I lash out with the axe again. And it's a 14.
Well, that one he does deflect.
Plus.
He's got a deep. Oh,
15.
Still deflects it.
Well, Morden can only help so much.
That's right.
Hey, it helped one of them. One's better than nothing.
It's true.
All right, Karluk. What are you going to do, Karluk?
Prepare to meet Moradin and be judged.
I love the fact that the entire party's loving Morden right now.
I think Morden is just a shard of the
holy symbol if I could get to you.
How else do you taunt a dark dwarf?
Don't worry, he'll come to the fold eventually.
Vicious mockery, DC.
I'm in the fold. It's all one.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Again, he's got advantage against spells. So here comes his first wisdom save. Both of his wisdom saves. And he does not do well on the wisdom save. He only gets an 8.
All right. He suffers 5 psychic damage as he realizes he might actually have to face Moradin, and he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
He does look angry, and it's his turn. And realizing that his escape route has been foiled, he too begins to grow, and he looks down upon you, Ulrich.
Actually looks at me eye level because I'm on top of my giant elf.
And the now giant Deurgar looks down upon you slightly and says, almost a little over you, but not much. He says, Paladin of Moradin, You may be victorious this day, but the war will be lost. You have declared a clan war against Sunblight, and my father, Zaldrock, knows no mercy.
I've already forgotten your name.
And he raises his mighty weapon above his head that is now massive in size. This huge war pick. But he doesn't get to go. Ulrich, it's your turn.
All right. So I am going to...
Thinking Army of Darkness line? Hey, what's that on your face? Bam!
Exactly. I'm going to go. I don't want to get my actual weapon dirty. So I'm going to have my horse, my elk, kick out with his hooves for his first attack. Right. My first attack. That's going to be a D20 plus 5. So he's going to be 19. Oh, he gets affected by the same spell I'm affected by. So he gets an additional 4. So it's going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And so he is going to take hooves are 2d4 plus 3. So he's going to end up taking it in the face from my guy. 5 plus 3. So that is 8 points of hoof damage to the face.
Wait, the hooves get him. They don't take him to his face. He's too tall for that. But you do get him in the knees.
I take him right in the groin.
And he collapses down, dead.
I look at Lightbringer. I go, I didn't want to soil you, my friend. Put it away and say, you should have knelt when you could have. And because he's small, I'm going to tie his feet to my elk. And we're going to drag him back to the rest of the party.
I just think it's a bit odd that none of them ever actually tried to hit any of us.
Well, they had to grow large. It's their action to grow large.
Yeah.
Pyric, you hear something in cat next to you.
Meow.
Roughly translates into, I put on my fursuit for this.
You see him burying something in the snow.
That is not the first time.
I'm scratching like a litter box.
That is not the first time a dude said that to me.
I'm sure. There's a lot of furries out there.
like the Deurgar's being dragged like Hector in front of the gates of down in Troy back to the cave.
All right. So you've been victorious upon the Deurgar at the gates, as it were.
I don't know if this will fit on top of that cat form of yours, but here's an outfit for you, brother.
And you have plenty of fur now. So we'll pick up next time right here outside the front of the cave. Excellent session, everyone.
Russ, what was that father's name again?
Oh, I'll give you the spelling if you like.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. The last words of Nildar Sunblight ring in your ears. My father, Zaldrock, Xardorok.
I feel like we've heard that.
Is he a Sunblight too, or has he got a different last name?
He didn't say it, but he did say Clan Sunblight.
His herald said his name was Nildar Sunblight.
Yes.
Nildar. Yeah.
This one's name is Nildar Sunblight.
Nildar backward is dead. Spells dead.
Yes. All right, guys. Excellent session. We'll catch you next time on Roleplay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@thed6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.